A few months ago, this clip of Family Feud resurfaced on social media because of this guy right here. His name is Tim Bliefnick, and this was the moment where he looked over at his wife in the audience after being asked, "What was the biggest mistake you made at your wedding?" And he said, "Honey, I'm sorry, but say I do." And the reason why that clip went viral was because he killed his wife after shooting her 14 times earlier this year. After being married for over 11 years, Tim filed for divorce from Rebecca in January of 2021. Rebecca starts texting friends about how she feels about Tim's father, as well as how she feels about him. Facebook messages shows that Rebecca is telling a coworker that she doesn't want Tim's father to have unsupervised contact with her children ever again. Rebecca also stated that she believed Timothy has true mental health problems and is scared to get an order of protection. Not only does she file an ordinance of protection from his father, but they eventually get a court order of how they can exchange their children. Timothy and Rebecca must stay within 3 feet of their cars when exchanging children. On October 12 of 2022, Tim purchases a bike. Now, that bike is important, and we'll get back to why. On January 5th of this year, which is a month and a half before Tim took Rebecca's life, she sees someone in TJ Maxx, and she said that Tim told her, "You'll be dead before you get any of my money." Also, sometime in that month, Tim asks his neighbor if he has any video cameras pointed toward his backyard. On February 19th to the 20th, Rebecca stays at her friend's house because she has a scheduled abdominal surgery. On the 21st, she asks Tim if he can keep the kids for the next 2 nights. And on February 23rd, Tim's 3 boys were asleep in his home. He got on his bike, rode to Rebecca's house, broke in, and shot her 14 times. Afterwards, he went home. Eventually, the kids go to school, and he calls their school to let the office know not to let the boys walk to their mother's house after school. By 2 o'clock, he picks his kids up from school, and by 3, he texts Rebecca's father saying that the school called saying nobody picked the kids up. Not only did Tim call Rebecca's father to have him go find his own daughter dead in her home, but then by 4 p.m., his wife, Rebecca's mother, calls Tim, and he responds with, "What?" 3 weeks later, police arrest him and charge him with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of home invasion. This man actually tried to plead not guilty, but thankfully the jury found him guilty. Now, his attorney actually tried to tell the judge this:
"Life without parole should be reserved for the worst of the worst.